Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, February the 23rd, 2021. It is currently 7:13 a.m. Central Time, and I'm coming to you live from Victory Baptist Church, located right here in Ovalo, Texas. Now, I need you to give me your full attention just for the next few minutes. I need you to listen to me carefully, but most importantly, what I need you to do right now is I need you to pray. I have an urgent prayer request. I have an emergency prayer request, and I hope that you will. I hope that you will actually pray. I know it's very easy to hear a prayer request and say, "Yeah, I will pray," and then next thing you know, you didn't even pray or you completely forgot about it. But in this particular case, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you, I'm begging you to please pray, and I need you to pray as soon as you hear this. All right. The time of prayer for this particular situation, at least right now. Now, this situation is going to require prayer long term, but for the urgent prayer request as of right now, I need you to pray. It is currently 7:14 a.m. Central Time. I need you to pray between 7:14 a.m. Central Time and 11 a.m. Central Time. If you hear this after that, please continue to pray, and I will give you an update when I can about the situation. But it is 7:14 a.m., the very key situation, and what I'm going to give you all the information in a minute, but the really key time for this is going to start around 11 a.m. So 7:14 a.m., that's what it is right now, between 7:14 a.m. and 11 a.m. 11 a.m. is going to become the critical time in this situation. Let me explain what is going on. Let me explain why I need you to pray. As many of you know, my wife had a surgical procedure. In that surgical procedure, they removed her appendix and they did a biopsy of her liver. Yesterday, she spoke with the doctor's office, or she had a doctor's appointment, and they informed her of the results of the liver biopsy, and it's not good. She has cirrhosis of the liver, and no, that is not a result of drinking. She does not drink, so it's not because of alcohol. But she has cirrhosis of the liver that's irreversible. That's already bad enough news. Well, then yesterday, so she got that news yesterday morning, and then yesterday afternoon, the specialist called that she's going to have to see. And they were like, okay, we can get you in. And they gave a date. I don't know if it was like, may have been March, may have been April. It was pretty far out. And she was like, okay, well, you know, they kind of said it was important. And they were like, okay, so hold on for a second. Let me go pull up your results. And they came back and like, okay, never mind. We need you here tomorrow at 11 a.m. So clearly when they saw the results, they were like, we need you in, we need to get you in immediately. So that, from my 22 years of working in the medical world, that is obviously concerning. And obviously they saw something in those results that are concerning. Now, today, obviously we'll find out which stage of cirrhosis of the liver there's 4 stages. Obviously stage 4 is not good. Stage 3 is bad enough. So I'm just asking you to pray about the entire situation. I'm asking you just to lift it up before God. He knows the situation. Obviously we ask for him, obviously he can do a miracle if he chose to do a miracle. We just ask that he gives the doctors wisdom, gives my wife peace and strength, that you just pray for her. Just pray for, as I'll ask, just pray for her, pray for the situation. And yes, that's where we are. My wife has a cirrhosis of the liver. It's obviously now to a stage that's irreversible. And if you can Google about it, cirrhosis of the liver, it can, depending on where you're at and which stage you're in. I mean, life expectancy can be short, or it can be, 6 years, 7 years. It just depends on where we are right now. I don't want to make the situation sound worse than it is, but I don't want to take away the seriousness that is there. I'm trying to be very careful with what I say. Clearly, we need prayer. Clearly. Now, when I say we, I take that back. No, we don't. My wife does, right? That's who needs prayer. My wife needs prayer. Pray for her. I mean, there's, anytime someone gets news like this, you've got the physical thing you're praying for, but it's the mental, the emotional, strength, peace, those are the kinds of things that we should be praying for. When I got here this morning, I just sat down and I looked up three scriptures, and hopefully these scriptures can be a reminder for all of us, because look, we're not the only ones who go through difficult situations. In your life, you have your own difficulties, you have your own situations that you face. It's the part of living in this world. But there are three scriptures that I wrote down this morning, and I'm going to continue to try to read over the next few days and weeks as we try to navigate whatever the future is going to be. But Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16 reads like this: "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need." Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. I ask you today, please visit the throne of grace. Lift up my wife. Her name is Stacy. Please pray for her. Pray for the doctors. Pray for and we're going to find out today at 11 exactly what we're looking at. We're going to be given a very good indicator of exactly where we are, how serious this is. Again, I don't want to make it sound more serious than it is, but I don't want to downplay it either. Irreversible cirrhosis of the liver. Some people would say it's a death sentence. It's not a good situation. I mean, I think I can honestly say that it's not a good situation. We just don't know how bad of a situation it is. So pray, and that they can give us some clear guidelines, and that not only can we prolong life, hopefully that we can do so in a way that there is at least a quality of life as well. All right, Hebrews 4:16. Another scripture that I wrote down was James chapter 4. I can't read my own handwriting. James chapter 4. James chapter 4. James chapter 4, verse 13 reads, Go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. For that you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. Right? And that's a very important verse, Let me read it to you again. Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. We always have these plans. We're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We always think that tomorrow is somehow guaranteed. We always think that the next hour is guaranteed. We always think the next minute is guaranteed. There is, in one sense, that we have to kind of live that way, but we have to at the same time, we have to always realize nothing is guaranteed. I'm currently sitting here at Victory Baptist Church in Ovalo, Texas. When I'm done live broadcasting today, I'm going to get in my car and drive back to Abilene, Texas. I'm not guaranteed that I will make it back to Abilene, Texas. All kinds of things could happen where my life comes to an end. So on one hand, we have to live like, you just expect that the next day you're going to wake up. But at the same time, this reality has to be there that we're not guaranteed. In fact, let me read it all again in its context. James chapter 4, verse 13. Go to now that ye that say today or tomorrow will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. For that you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. We have to be reminded that life is but a vapor. We're not guaranteed anything, if the Lord will. So pray that the Lord's will, obviously we want the Lord's will to be done, that the Lord will be glorified. But this is just a reminder. We need to come to the throne of grace whenever you are facing whatever situation is in your life. whatever difficulty you may be facing, sickness, a horrible diagnosis, whatever it may be, go to the throne of grace. And obviously you can always ask me to pray, and I will do my best to approach the throne of grace on your behalf. But today we ask you to visit the throne of grace for my wife, Stacy, and for this diagnosis of cirrhosis of the liver that's irreversible. And today at 11, we're going to find out what stage she's currently in and how serious it is. At the same time, we all need to be reminded, hey, we all think that tomorrow we're going to do this or that, but you know what? There's no guarantee. We have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring. Life is but a vapor. It's here and it's gone. What we have to always say is, if the Lord wills, if the Lord wills. And that hopefully that is the correct attitude that we all can maintain in our life. And then a powerful, powerful verse, Job chapter 1. Job chapter 1. Job chapter 1, verse 21. Job chapter 1, this is after all these horrible things has happened to Job. There's been death, there's pain, there's been suffering. Job 1:20, Job arose, he rent his mantle, shaved his head, fell down upon the ground, and worshiped. No matter the situation, no matter if it's a good situation, no matter if it's a bad situation, that's the one thing we can always do. We can always fall down upon the ground and worship. We can always worship God, and that's what we should always do. No matter how bad the situation is, we should worship God, because that gets the focus off ourselves, gets the focus off our situation, and gets the focus on God. We don't fall on the ground to worship God so with some idea that we're making a bargain. Hey, Lord, I'm going to fall on the ground and worship you. Now, this is what I need you to do. I need you to fix this situation. I need you to make this situation better. No, we fall down and worship God because he is God. Whether he makes the situation better or not, he is God. But by focusing our worship on him, it gets our focus off our situation, our sickness, our pain, our grief, our difficulty. So pray that through this, that I will be a worshiper, my wife will be a worshiper, and whatever happens, happens. But the next verse is powerful. And Job said this: naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. No matter what God does, no matter what he does, no matter what occurs, blessed be the name of the Lord. I hope that I maintain that attitude. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is no way that I'm pretending to be godly here. There's no way. I'm not even attempting that. I'm saying that this is the scriptural mandate. Approach the throne of grace. Remember that tomorrow is not guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Life is but a vapor. It's here and it's gone. So if the Lord wills, whatever the Lord wills, that's what we have to focus on. And then we have to remember to fall on the ground and worship the Lord. And we have to remember the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. That's the scriptural guidelines that I'm going to try to practice. I'm going to try to follow. I'm not going to do it perfectly. I'm going to have my ups and downs. But what's most importantly is I got to get myself out of the way, forget myself here, and focus on obviously praying for my wife and doing whatever I can to support her. Yesterday when she got the news, she was pretty upset, and the only thing I knew to say is, look, we're going to walk through this together. So just pray that we walk through this together. Whatever the news is, again, today it'll be 11 a.m. 11 a.m. If I got my a.m.s and p.m.s confused, please forgive me. But so it's right now, it's 7:27 a.m. Central Time. At 11 a.m. Central Time, she'll be going to the doctor, and then we'll find out what stage the cirrhosis of the liver is in. And yes, my daughter in Boston said, Dad, I started looking some stuff up. I'm worried. And I'm like, I understand. So my daughter is going to be coming in from Boston on Wednesday. So pray that she arrives here safely, and then we're just going to go from there. I don't know what else. I don't want to make this bigger than it is. I don't want to make it. I just want to put it out there and ask you to pray. That's what I want. I just want you to pray. That's what I need from you. And Will, thank you. And he said he's going to pray for her, and I appreciate that. That's all I'm asking. Just pray. Hopefully, I can come back tomorrow when I'm here tomorrow afternoon for a number of hours of live broadcasting. I can come back and say, hey, yes, it's not a good diagnosis, but we're in stage 2 or we're in stage 1. Obviously, don't want to be in stage 3, and definitely, absolutely, definitely don't want to be in stage 4. Absolutely don't want to be in stage 4. But what we have our will, we have our desires, and then God has his sovereign will. And we have to submit ourselves to God's sovereign will, but we can still approach the throne of grace and bring our petitions and our intercessions before him and plead with him. And so I ask that you do that, and hopefully some of these lessons you can apply to your life as well. All right. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you as well. And for the members of Victory Baptist Church who may be hearing this, I don't think Stacy has sent out a message to anyone yet, so don't even contact her yet because I don't know who she wants to know, but she may not want anyone to know. But I feel I feel like I want everyone to know because I want everyone to pray. So I just, when I got here this morning, I decided, you know what, before I do anything else, I'm going to do this. So that's the situation. I wish I could offer something else. Again, I want it to be, I don't want anyone to make it a bigger deal than it is, but at the same time, there's obviously a level of seriousness. Trying to find that proper balance, where you don't exaggerate it, but you don't downplay it. And, so the reality of the situation is going to hit home at 11 a.m. That's when it's going to hit home. So we'll know. So just be praying, and I will let everyone know. Obviously, if anyone wants to email me later this afternoon, I will do my best to respond. You can email me at newsif@yahoo.com. But no matter what stage we find out, it's still going to require prayer. So just keep praying, and then you can email me if you would like, or tomorrow I will give an update, obviously, when I get back here to church. But I wanted to at least get that done this morning. And I'll be back on the air here shortly to start working on some other things that we need to work on. All right, so pray, and let's trust God in this situation because he is sovereign. All right, thanks for listening. God bless.